First, let's start with your basic hesitation move, where you push off the opposite leg as hard as you can and explode in one direction. Now this is a simple setup, but the rhythm is very important. We start with both feet off the floor ever so slightly. Then we push with the opposite leg as hard as we can, and if you do this repetitively, you'll feel some fatigue in your upper hamstring and your lower glutes. Now the way we set this move up is to learn the skip. If you get the skip down, the rest is easy, because it's just a skip and a push. Then we rep that out just to get those muscles developed in that back leg. Now the crossover basics are pretty simple. The main key is that you don't bend your elbow with the hand you're dribbling the ball with. The arm should be fully extended like you see there. Keep the ball wide, catch it outside of your body. You don't want to bend your elbows. This is what I call alligator arms. This makes the ball come high, makes it difficult to catch wide. So you want to swing your arms back and forth, not tight and tense, but just loose and straight. Here's a little exercise where you can practice this technique, just keeping the ball nice and wide. Your arm should almost come parallel with your shoulder. You dribble underneath that knee, that'll force you to push the ball from side to side. Now here's how we put these two principles together, the hesitation dribble and the crossover principles. We start out almost exactly like we do the hesitation, both feet off the ground, pushing off that opposite leg. Then after that big push, we want to step out with that right leg, and then we want to plant that foot and then come back as hard as we can, arm fully extended, sweeping that ball across our body and exploding out of the move. As you can see in slow motion, both feet do not come down at the same time, and if you do this, you will completely kill what's so effective about this move. The feet must come down in sequence, pushing off the weak foot, planting on the strong foot, and then rocking back the other way. That's why it's called a two-step. There again, we're using the principles that we learned in our hesitation move, the skip. Once we learn the skip, then we skip and plant, and then cross over. Skip, plant, cross. In that order, in that sequence. Now the crossover is the counter for the hesitation move, and the in and out is the counter for the crossover. Once again, these principles build on each other. We plant just like we do in our hesitation. Then we step with that opposite foot and plant the other way, bringing the ball back to our outside foot and then exploding out of the move. Here's how we practice our footwork. We start slow and then we build up the speed. We step with the strong foot in the direction that we want to go. Then we push the ball back toward the middle of our body, stepping with the opposite foot. This is where the dribble takes place. Then we push off of that opposite foot and explode out of the move. Once you've got those 3 steps down, then you can start working on the ball movement. Your hand should kind of do a half turnover. You don't want to get your hand underneath the ball because that's a carry. But once you've got those steps down, you can work on the movement of the ball. The ball moves towards the middle of your body, towards your belly button, and comes back toward the outside. Once you've got that down, you can now incorporate different moves with this. The in and out crossover, and all the sequences that go along with that. There you have it, the hesitation, the 2-step crossover, and the in and out. This is a progression of moves, and if you master all 3, you've got a sequence of moves that make it difficult for defenders to stay in front of you. Stay tuned for part 2, coming soon.